Hey everybody, here I am. It is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026, and where I am, it is 8:20 p.m. and I'm outside. And the reason that I'm outside, let me just pull a little bit of this up. I meant to get out here earlier, but that's just a little grass. You know why? Because today is International Mother Earth Day. It's celebrated annually on April 22nd. It is a United Nations designated day to recognize that the earth and its ecosystems are our home. You all already know I call that the globe, right? Because of my dual citizenship that I think most of us have if we acknowledge it. Primary citizenship in the kingdom, and then we have this dual citizenship where we are ambassadors to the globe with a visa that won't expire until our assigner and creator deems it to be so. So today is when we actually look at Mother Earth. It was established in 2009 and it promotes harmony with nature, highlighting the need to shift towards a sustainable economy that benefits both people and the planet. So the purpose of Mother Earth Day, it aims to raise global awareness of challenges to the planet's well-being because the creature is only as good as the creation. We are only as independent as we recognize how dependent we are on interdependence. And our key interdependence variable is the earth. We need the oxygen, we need the nitrogen, we need the hydrogen, we need all the elements of the earth, all of them, in order for us to optimize our livelihood. Can't have solidarity if we ain't got nothing solid around us. We got to be solid as a rock, fluid as the water, hot as the fire, and cool as the rain. So on this Mother Earth Day, the call to action is to emphasize the role that we all play in restoring the ecosystems, how we can reduce our plastic pollution, and how we can combat deforestation. I remember when I was a little girl, we said, only you can prevent forest fires. Smokey the Bear, give a hoot, don't pollute. So some of those things are still relevant if we choose to embrace and engage them. So the history of this, having a resolution in 2009 proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly, it was introduced by Bolivia and it was supported by over a 50-member state union. So different things that you can do. You can engage in activities that fight climate change and pollution. You can educate and advocate like I'm doing now. And you can engage in various initiatives which are very easy to find if you just search International Mother Earth Day page. Now, I'm going to do a shift because it's International Mother Earth Day. Do you know the devastation of a mother losing a child, a father? International Mother Earth Day is because of the Father of all creation who created the heavens and the earth. So I want to switch us to our solidarity acrostic. You remember it? Do you remember it? Help me, somebody. Symbiotic oneness, like-minded indivisibility, deliberate alignment, respecting individuality, and travailing yearns. So I want to compel us on Mother Earth Day. I wanted to do this today because of the heinous crime that happened in Shreveport, Louisiana on Sunday morning that took the lives of 8 children and the life of their father, and mothers laying in hospitals who have lost children. So on this International Mother Earth Day, I want to ask you to give me some solidarity seconds, y'all. Can we bind together in solidarity so that we're not having to do earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust until it is necessary. Premature aborting of lives back to the earth is not what International Mother Earth Day is about. But I want to talk to you about that heinous crime because it happened on Sunday morning. And I do have a charge and I have a call to action because I want you to know I have a beating heart for the hearts that are no longer beating. And I want to talk about domestic violence because I've heard a lot of people say, well, the mother should have got a restraining order after she filed for divorce, or the girlfriend should have known not to, all these different things. You know what matters. What matters is we need to create safe places for people to be safe, and that includes a safe voice. Numerous calls were made, as usual. So it's easy for people to say, call authorities until authorities have been called and nothing has happened. Or don't suffer in silence until you use your voice. And then the perpetrator is promoted and the victim is villainized. So this is a lose-lose situation. We have to stand in solidarity if what we really want is for there not to be domestic violence, and now it's resulted in siblings being taken from this earth, Mother Earth, from the ages of 3 to 11. So I want to talk to you about a number, and I hope I got some folks on here, proteges, y'all who I'm your mentor, nieces and nephew, y'all techies, the people that I used to get my apparel from. I'm going to ask you something because I need y'all help. I want to know how many people are willing to just stand and put 555. And I'm going to tell you what that means. 555. 3 5s. 555. You know, 555 from an internet perspective and from a Chinese slang, it means sad. It means unfortunate. It means it's used to express sobbing, to represent crying, as in woo, woo, woo. 555. 555 is considered a very powerful number in numerology because it signifies change. It signifies deep, rapid change, and it signifies transformation. It also signifies liberty and personal growth. 555 means a time to embrace change. 555 is a call to action number in love and in relationships, in freedom and in adventure. And biblically, it is considered to represent, 5 is that number of grace. We know that, right? But 555 is the number of grace, mercy, and redemption. And this situation in Louisiana needs all three. Now, I need to know who's willing to make me a t-shirt, a hat, or something to say 555. Because you know what 555 represents for us? For us. For us solidarity second citizens. For y'all that's part of my tribe. 555 is the time that the first phone call was made to the authorities. 5:55 a.m. Sunday morning is when the first call came through that the police received in Shreveport, Louisiana. A woman and a child on a rooftop reporting that children had been killed and they were hiding on the roof, and they jumped. Go and watch. The police do such an amazing job in a minute-by-minute account of what happened, but it started all at 555. We need grace, we need mercy, and we need redemption because they are all losers in this situation. Please stop the violence, please. If you don't want to be with somebody, leave them. And if somebody don't want to be with you, then leave them alone. But if we are truly going to gain the intent of International Mother Earth Day, if we are truly going to embrace that domestic violence is wrong 100% of the time, if we're truly going to tell people not to suffer in silence, then we have to create situations where those who are suffering know that if they come forward, they won't be blasted. Look at what we're looking at nationally. Where now can someone who is saying help actually receive help without having to go through the red tape of everything that you did to create the situation, and it only happened because, and nobody's going to testify, and how many people, boys, girls, men, women, have to suffer and die before we say we are killing the villain of violence, and we are going to stand in domestic deliverance in solidarity. So 555. And if you watch this, come on and holler back at your girl and say 555. If you know, get me a t-shirt, get me a hat. Come on, apparel. 555. The time that a phone call was made. And I just want to end this post. In Shreveport, it was 555 Central Daylight Time. I'm looking here on Sunday. And the caller reported that they were on top of the house while the suspect remained inside. And at that time, they didn't know this. So I'm going to give voice to those who had to pay the price for International Mother Earth Day. Jayla Elkins, 3. Shayla Elkins, 5. Kayla Pugh, 6. Layla Pugh, 7. Markaden Pugh, 10. Soraya Snow, 11. Kadarian Snow, 6. And Braylon Snow, 5. The coroner's office declared all of them deceased in their home. Solidarity seconds. Right now, one for Jayla. Right now, one for Shayla. Right now, one for Kayla. Right now, one for Layla. Right now, one for Markaden. Right now, one for Soraya. Right now, one for Kadarian. And right now, one for Braylon. You see how long a second can feel? And we can say the assailant was killed or killed himself. Either way, the moms that survived that are in the hospital, I don't know if they've been released. One I know was shot multiple times, but both were still alive. This is a mass shooting that doubled the number of homicides in Shreveport for 2026. And do you know that 10 days prior to this happening, they did a ribbon cutting on a brand new center? And guess what it was? Their new center for domestic violence. So, I was compelled to get on here because I am your voice, your representative. I am willing to be the voice of those that have been silenced. I am willing to get right on here on all these social media streets and say, somebody need to stand in solidarity now. Somebody need to get mad enough to stand with me in symbiotic oneness, like-minded indivisibility, deliberate alignment, respecting individuality, and travailing yearns. Let us yearn for the children. Let us yearn for the mothers. Let us yearn for the fathers. And this wasn't even the first situation. Our legislator who killed his wife and himself. Y'all, you gonna see more of me. And what I want to see is somebody come forward with a 5-5-5. We need grace. We need mercy. We need redemption. We need to be sad. We need to transform, and we need to change. But we also need to have hope. And we need to smile. And we need to not only say Happy International Mother Earth Day. We got to say ashes to ashes. We got to say dust to dust. We got to say earth to earth. But we can also say 5-5-5 in solidarity. Can't take our hope, y'all. Will you stand with me? 5-5-5. And today happens to be April 22nd, 2026. April is the 4th month in the Gregorian calendar, and 4 is a 2 and a 2. And today is the 22nd, which is a 2 and a 2. And it's year 2026. So that means if April is 4, and that's a 2 and a 2, and today is the 22nd, that's a 2 and a 2, and it's year 2026, that's a 2 and then a 0. 5 2s. 5-5-5. And 2 is a number of choice. And 10, a completed cycle. And 0 never means nothing because it's always up to something. And 2 plus 6 is 8, the number of children that were lost. So yeah, it means something to me. It means something to you. Are you willing with me to break the silence? I'm talking to us who know what it's like to be in domestic violence situations, and I'm thanking God that we're still here to say it. I'm talking to us who have suffered in silence and who have suffered in speech. If we gonna see it and say it, then we gotta trust those that are willing to say what they see. I'm looking up at my time. I'm right at about 18 minutes. 5-5-5. 5 2s, a 0 that never means nothing, always up to something, and the 2-6 after it is another choice number, another, and then 6, the number of humanity, and together number 8, the number of children that were lost just in that one situation. So, earth to earth. I have to do this on caskets so frequently. Making a cross, earth to earth. Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. Mother Earth, Father of heaven, please, we need a 5-5-5 from you. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me for 20 minutes at the top of the hour, because I gotta bring another 2 into the situation. Choose solidarity. seconds. Agape and Shalom.